I was asked to perform a midnight concert. The terror was real and awakening. Call me Jane. That's not my real name, but it's close enough. If you recognize my voice, you probably already know who I am. I used to be everywhere, stadium tours, talk shows, late night headlines. For a few years, I was the name. But over time, the spotlight shifted. My albums stopped hitting the way they used to, the tours shrank, and the screaming faded. I wasn't failing exactly, I was just slipping. And I was terrified of being forgotten. The gig came through like any other, last minute, decent pay, and all expenses covered. Midnight set, rural venue, about an hour outside the city. Full house, no press, no social media. No red flags, just fig. The kind of gig meant to be quiet. A warm-up, a surprise set for an industry crowd, maybe even a corporate party that didn't want public. I said yes. There wasn't even a sound check, which felt kinda odd, but it wasn't unheard of. The crew was polite, professional, efficient, and no chatter. They led me to a dressing room stocked with everything I asked for. Same tea, same vocal steamer, same silence. Just one note on the vanity mirror. Go on at midnight. Full set, lights will come up at the end. At 12, on the dot, someone knocked. No introduction, no tech call, just a soft knock, like a lullaby. I walked out onto the dark stage. The lights were low, just enough for me to see the mic. The crowd was invisible. I could feel them, hear the energy, but there were silhouettes in the shadows. It didn't feel off, it just felt focused, like they were holding their breath for me. And when I stepped into the spotlight, they erupted. I launched into my opener, one of my hits. They knew it, every word. Then a deeper cut, even louder. They sang back every lyric like their lives depended on it. No phones, no flashes, just voices. Unified, raw, and powerful. I've never felt it. Song after song, I gave them everything, and they came back tenfold. I didn't want it to end. The same, it just came closer. My final note held. The silence stretched for a second too long, and then the lights came up. I was met with a sight that I could never be prepared for. Rows of corpses stared back at me. Sunken cheeks, hollow eyes, tattered clothing. Some looked freshly dead, some looked ancient. One woman still wore a backstage pass on the first tour I opened for 15 years ago, a tour that never finished. A man with half a face clapped with exposed bone. Another sat motionless, but his mouth moved. Lips synced lyrics that hadn't left my throat yet. Some were younger than I am, some were older than I'll ever be. But they were all smiling. I stumbled backwards. Breath caught in my throat, my hands shaking, and then someone touched my shoulder. A man stood behind me. Clean suit, paper white skin, no emotion in his eyes. He leaned in and spoke gently, just loud enough for me to hear. They died chasing what you still have. You sang them home. And then everything went black. I woke up in my hotel bed. I woke up fully dressed, still in stage makeup, still shaking. My phone lit up with messages, my agent, my label, my tour manager. That video of you went viral. I responded, what video, what? The charts just flipped, you're trending again, you're back. I didn't know how to respond. Since then, everything's changed. The fame came back fast and loud, bigger than before. Only this time, I don't feel the need to chase it. I don't care about the charts, I don't care about the interviews or trends. I sang like I did before, because I love it. And sometimes at the end of the show, when the lights are low and the crowds fade into shadows, I think I see them again. Way in the back, smiling and clapping, singing like they still believe. If you ever get the chance to sing in a room full of strangers in a place that feels just too quiet, take it. But know this, you might get back what you've lost if you're willing to give it all to the ones who died trying.
If you enjoyed the story, consider subscribing. But don't blame me if you can't sleep tonight. Until next time, keep the lights on and the doors locked. Goodbye.